Hey, it's G, and it just so happens that I'm taking advantage of my social Sunday and doing this quick post because typically I would just do it. But since I'm here and it's already set up, I might as well take advantage of it. So, last week or something, I don't know, what is time, right? Like, what is time? But anyway, I mentioned a few posts ago about the elements. Love it. I mentioned a few posts ago about adding the element back into my library because I loaned it out to an associate and I didn't get it back. And you know, I will tell you that in the past I would take collateral when I, lent things out, and I don't know why I didn't do it this time, but I had to get Sir Ken Robinson back in the library, and this all comes from this rabbit hole that the husband and I went down. So I am re-watching Fringe for the fourth time because I just got to get my mind wrapped around this whole time loop thing, fate, whatever thing. And so we started talking about IQ, like emotional intelligence, but also basic IQ. And so we were discussing how, Walter Bishop had a really crazy IQ as well as his son. And so, I was talking about there are other intelligences that are not truly appreciated and how that impacts how kids are approached and taught in school. And so I thought back to myself in kindergarten. I ran across an old report card that my mother had of all the things, a report card from kindergarten. She had it, and it noted that I possibly had a learning disability. And if there was some labels that were already starting to take effect, but my parents don't believe in boxes and labels, so lucky me, because Gwendolyn by no means had a problem learning. We are actually quite intelligent, okay? We're quite intelligent. And so I got to thinking about Sir Ken Robinson because his thought on education and educational systems aligns with how I see education. I do believe that we are teaching young ones to just take a test. We don't teach them how to think, how to really break things down. We crush their creativity from the moment they enter into the system. So I thought to myself, you know what? I am missing my book. So if you want to talk about finding your passion and also, in so many words, want to save your kids, I highly suggest that you pick this up. Just gonna put that out there for you. Now, looping into that, going down that rabbit hole, I started to think about other educators who I admire for one reason or another, and another person is Ann Mickey Cooper, who has also passed away, but I had the chance to meet her some years ago, and it was so funny. You don't fangirl over a lot of people, right? You see people oh my god, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. I'm not really one for actors or actresses. Soap opera actresses and things, yes. Home product designers, industrial designers, yes. And then, there's a couple of artists, creatives, but Ann McGee Cooper she was a teacher. But I read about her in Uncontainable in Kip Tyndall's book, and so I had the chance to talk with her, and I was just oh my goodness. So her book, written also with Gary Looper and Dwayne Trammell, is about being the change, and it really focuses on real life practice of servant leadership. Now, this is a full-time gig read as well as a small business read because I want to find out other ways that I can serve my community. If you're going to talk about it, dadgummit, you better be about it. So these are my two books that I'm reading for this month. One's a reread, one's a new read. But, what are you guys reading right now? What's on your nightstand table? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have 2 other books on my nightstand table, but I tend to go to 3 to 4 books at a time. Depending on my mood, I'll read them fairly quickly. But this month, I'm gonna take my time and enjoy it. This is gonna be a quick read. I think it's 80 pages. Okay, 84, 78, 76. This should be quick. So yeah, what do you guys read? Let me know. Put it in the comments.